Friday White Night. Shout out to DBZ Cyphers. Frost Gamble on the beat. Trendkill Productions.
And
Brett
now
Enquist
for
on
the
the camera.
featured number of the evening, the Hotbox proudly presents
White rhinoceros stomping through your metropolis. Anonymous artists, keep my name out of your esophagus. Looking sharp as a sword, FK is the sponsorship. If rapping was a class, then I would've had a scholarship. And now the audience is building up my confidence. A long list of accomplishments will leave them in astonishment. Don't need your recognition, tear it up, no demolition. Rapping every minute, the definition of repetition. On my own, riding solo on this expedition. Killed 3 ciphers in 2 months, should be sent to prison. Yeah, we from the underground, but now we on the rise. Rappers tell a lot of lies, I'm just being honest, guys. I refuse to dumb it down because you're not as wise. Weak MCs don't last, only the strong survive. Spitting hotter than habaneros and jalapenos. Punches hitting harder than dude in front of the Palomino. World star.
Yeah. Shout out DBZ, Trendkill Productions, Frost Gamble, what up? Salute all these MCs, let's fucking go. My name is Bayle. Yeah. Shout out Brett.
And now for the featured number of the evening, the Hotbox proudly presents
Baddest in the ring is Bayle, causing fatal damage. Saddest thing in life is wasted talent, I make it matter. Snap and ravage, collapse backpacker rappers. Track attackers trying to trap, clap them, crash cadavers. Crap vernacular, the impact's at maximum. This rap will whip you back in time like the flux capacitor. What you rapping for? Sweet as a peach from Mackinac. Hard as the pit, hard as it gets, arsenic spit and you wrapped in gauze. Bitch, should've known better. Frost Gamble cooking up heat in this cold weather. Blackout in the mix with respect to the white and the gray. Win the peg, we don't play, no games, just flows cook the propane. Roaster, no flame, no name toast. I'm cocaine, the raw dope. I'm ghost face, cool train, it's okay. Bayle forever in my own lane.
Yeah, shout out to DBZ. Shout out to DBZ. I said shout out to DBZ. Yeah.
And now for the featured number of the evening, the Hotbox proudly presents
It's CJ the Great, yes, CJ is hear me. An envoy like Guru and DJ Premier, this is boom bap. We don't do the dab, you know where the truth is at. Spitting hella facts, no Newfoundland. Saying I don't got it, I'ma get it soon. Rappers walking dead when I kill it in the living room. Seeing me blow up is their worst fear. A preseason is what I consider my first year to be. All you do is stutter like Ruben. Tell me where you been, I made my mark like Cuban. I wrote this 20 minutes ago, that's true though. I ain't talking about our prime ministers though. I'm here until the fire, the earth, the wind, and the water perish. Now you looking more miserable than my foster parents. Always late for the show, I'm all Indian time. Free YK until then the city is mine, yeah.
Bangem the Grime Minister, Blackout, Frost Gamble on the fucking beat. Shout out to Frost Gamble, DBZ Cyphers with the Hotbox Cypher,
and now for the featured number
motherfucker.
of the evening, the Hotbox proudly presents
Fuck a rapper who be talking the most. You ain't even got a kitchen, how you poppin' the toast? Stop with the jokes, we all know you soppin' the coke. You can end up like a Leah if you rockin' the boat. Cause life's a storm, my heart is cold, the ice is strong. I write a song cause life is short, the night is long. My light is on, the product good, the price is wrong. The skill is mean, so I'm tryna be as nice as Sean. Word to P, you ain't fucking with me. We ain't the same whatsoever, any fucking degree. You suckers to me, disgrace every mic that you touch. Remind me of Keith Murray when he pipe in the dust. What might we discuss? Nothing, my squad deaf, your shit whack. Your balls lighted in a feather on a pimp hat. I rip that blackout, we don't gotta chit chat. If that mouth running, I'ma crack it like a 6-pack, motherfucker.
Yo, that was the Hotbox Cypher. Salute all the MCs, CJ the Grey, Bangem, White Rhino, I'm Bayle, Frost Gamble. Yeah, Trendkill, what up? We out.
Thank you to you, Bayle, and thanks to DragonBattlez for having me here. It's a privilege to talk about this stuff. So yeah, I did Chop, and I dropped an album on November 18th, the Veteran EP on 713 Entertainment. It's the first time we've had the support of a genuine record label with a budget and publicity and the support that comes along with that. Well, first of all, Chop is somebody that I've known since I was a kid. Since I was 15 years old. When I thought of myself as an up-and-coming rapper, and he was as well. We started out kind of in competition, like it was never really like, going for each other's throats, but, there weren't a lot of people rapping back then. And so we were each, fighting for shine in our city. Yeah, we've worked together off and on for a lot of years. We'd always planned on doing a project like this. I left Binghamton in 98. Most people, aren't familiar with Binghamton. I describe it as some place that has a lot of the same problems that New York City has without the same benefits. So you can find a lot of trouble to get into there, and we certainly did as kids. So Chop and I stayed in touch. I moved a lot of places, ended up here in Canada. But he and I have always been friends, always stayed in touch. Yeah, we've been working together for, over 20 years.
Tell us about working together over the internet.
Yeah.
You make the beat and you pass it to him and he sends you back a rough recording. How does that work?
Yeah, it's actually we've been doing it, excuse me. We've been doing it for so many years now. It actually comes pretty easy, and it is exactly as you describe. I create the track here in my home studio, render it to a single file, and shoot it to him over email. He loads it up into his board, writes rhymes to it. He has a little studio set up in his house too. Records his vocals, dumps the vocals, into a cappella form, a couple of tracks, whatever it is, shoots it back to me. I mix it here and finish up the song. And we may go back and forth and, add a couple layers. I may get a DJ to jump on it, add some scratches. Like DJ Wax and Million, he was, on the Veteran EP. He's somebody else I grew up with, dope DJ and a friend for a lot of years. Or for example, Surge, S1 who played sax on the Veteran EP. Really dope musician who I've worked with a lot. So, at that stage, I'll bring in, whatever I need to complete the song.
The production end, it sounds very old school, very 90s, but also a timeless sound as well.
Well, thank you. I don't expect that it'll be for everybody. It definitely does have an old school vibe or look to it. One of the reviews that came out for Veteran, which was pretty complimentary, which said, this project completely ignores everything else that's out there today. It's nothing like what's on the radio today. I was like, yeah, that's exactly right. And it's true. And it was a truthful statement, because we do ignore what's out there today, not in a spiteful or ignorant sort of way, but I'm just not interested. I don't care. There's so much good music out there today, but you've got to search for it. You're not going to be spoon-fed good music by the major label system. You're not going to be spoon-fed good hip-hop from corporate America. You're going to have to go out and find it. And fortunately for us, some people have been, have gone out and found our music recently too. It's really humbling and exciting to be in that position.
It sounds like it's a very natural record.
We did the nostalgia is intentional. Mm-hmm. The Veteran the album is titled Veteran, and that's for a reason. We're trying to, acknowledge our history in the music and present ourselves in a way that maybe some other people could relate to. So there were a lot of nostalgic themes, and there were a lot of recognizable samples. I generally don't just, loop obvious stuff and put it right up front, which I did a couple times on that project. But that's for a reason. That was to, clearly and immediately communicate to people where we came from, who we are, what we're about. Chop will say, that's our formula. And I remember Guru used to say this. He says, you can grow and you can update your formula, but when you have a formula that works, stick with it. And that's definitely what we're going to try to do. There will be another release in 2017. It'll be similar, but we will try to grow. We're going to try and do more topics, a little more different, styles and looks, but really staying true to what we presented on Veteran, which is, a fascination with hard rhymes and hard beats.
Talk about the features. You talked about hard rock.
Yeah.
Like you have Rusty Jukes on there, but you also have some, lesser known people as well. Talk a little bit about how you sort of came about picking and working with these people.
Yeah, so I think it's track 3, Other Shit, features Awful P, who's another MC from my hometown. He's a little younger than us, but he's been around for a while. Man, I'm a fan. He's a vicious spitter, and always has been. And he and Chop have terrific chemistry because they've been working together for years. With Rusty Jux, man, that had everything to do with Sean Price. For years, I wanted to work with Sean Price, and it was kind of a goal and a target I'd set for myself. Sean's not the kind of cat that I think you could approach on social media. Like when you see people hit him up on Twitter, he generally had like a negative response to that. So I wasn't going to go that route, jump out the window like that. But I felt like I had a lot of friends from Brooklyn. So I felt like, it's a small world. I was going to take a trip there, know somebody who knows somebody, get introduced and make it happen. And sadly, I never took the initiative. I never got that done. Right. And he passed on my birthday, the day I turned the same age he was when he died. Right. So I was upset about that. I was mad at myself for, letting any opportunity at that, go past without taking action. Of course, very sad for his family and his fans and, all the people that are feeling that loss. So I resolved not to make that mistake again. So within a couple weeks, I reached out to, maybe it was a little longer, maybe within a month, I reached out to Rusty Jux. I was working on my compilation album, and I said, I've got this track I want you to get on. And we started a conversation, and he ended up doing that track, and he killed it. And he was really cool. He was really good to work with, and he seemed to like the music, so we stayed in touch. When we started doing the Veteran Project, we, realized we wanted to do some sort of tribute for Sean Price, but it had to be the right tribute, because it couldn't be all sappy and, we miss you and all that, because we didn't know him. So that would be insincere. And we didn't want it to, we also didn't want it to be like a come up, like we're trying to, come up on his name. So it was important that Rusty hear the track and, almost, effectively co-sign it by jumping on there. Because I flat out told him, if you think it's whack or sampling his voice, let me know and we'll kill it. He was like, nah, this is crazy. And he jumped right on it and he smashed it. And then the third cat is Nobi, who's a cat from Queens and a friend of Chop's, an incredible MC in his own right. Chop was just waiting for the right time to get on the track with Nobi, and Nobi'd actually worked with Sean Price in the past, so it was a perfect fit, and he brought it home perfectly.
The Veteran EP is getting lots of exposure, and it's getting some spins on some internet radio, XM radio. Tell us a little bit about the label that you're working with for this project.
Yeah, so we signed a deal with 713 Entertainment. It may not be a name that everybody's familiar with right away, but they've been around for a while. They've done releases with Crooked Eye, Horseshoe Gang, Royce the 5'9". It's been an amazing home for us. Yes, you're right. The love and the exposure that has been given to the project has so much to do with that relationship. Because they have been in the game for a while and they have, credibility. The people that have bought the projects from those artists I mentioned before, they're on mailing lists, they're on social media, they know this label. And, when they came out with our project and said, look, it's these two old school New York cats who are focused on boom bap, people are giving us a chance. One of the most amazing things. I'm smiling all the time. 60% of the sales have come from outside the United States. Like we did an interview in England, we did an interview in France, we did an interview in Australia, and it's just crazy. It's incredibly satisfying to have that kind of interest in a project at this late stage of the game. You know what I mean? It's not like our music changed. We've been doing this. It's just that we did it right this time, and we did it with the right partner. And our publicist, Urban Elite PR in London, is just incredible. Like I told them, they're performing magic because they're getting eyes and ears on us, which is in this day and age is so hard because everybody and their dog has a mixtape. So my hat's off to them. It's incredible.
We just actually finished the Hotbox Cypher that
you
hosted and produced for. Tell us a bit about crafting the beat for that, and also choosing the Emcees to be a part of it as well.
Yeah, so I did have the privilege of hosting a DragonBattlez Cypher, which was incredible. And yeah, as you mentioned, I got to pick my Emcees. So I was selfish, right? And I picked Emcees that I wanted to work with. So I picked a couple of cats that I've worked with before and a couple of cats that I hadn't worked with before. So I had White Rhino, who is, you know, a familiar friend and partner. I've done a lot of work with him. You know, he's flown my flag really high in Winnipeg. And I had to have him on the Cypher. That's not even a question. I invited Bayle, who also is a good friend of mine, somebody I haven't known as long, but you know, someone I've worked with recently and know that he's dope. So had to get you in the Cypher as well. And then you know, got Bangem, my man Bangem in there, who I've been a fan of him. I mean, he's been doing it for a while. I've been a fan of him for probably 4 years or so when he came on my radar. You know, I'm not from Winnipeg too, so I haven't always, you know, had the opportunity to check cats out. But I'd always wanted to do something with him, so it was a great opportunity. And CJ the Gray, who's you know, young lion coming up. My man Charlie Feta had given me a heads up, like, you know, hey Frost, you need to check this kid out, and I'm certainly gonna listen to Feta. And yeah, man, he's nasty. So we got a really incredible lineup. Yeah, I had for the beat. I tried really hard to make something special. You know, it's a great opportunity for me to work with those 4 cats, and also to, you know, have a video that presents my music well. So yeah, I took a lot of care to try and make a beat that people want to rock on, and I think they did, and it came out pretty strong.
So what can we look forward to in the future from Frost Gambler?
So much.
What do we got?
Well, first of all, the Veteran EP is still available. If you haven't copied it yet, please consider doing that. It's a great project, and it's only $6. Money well spent. Also, we're on Spotify, Tidal, Rhapsody, every place. So wherever you consume music, please consider checking it out. In April of 2017, we will release Zill the Jerk's debut album on 713 Entertainment. He's worked with them previously. We did a single with 713 last year called Honey, and that's done okay too. So his full length will come in April. And on that project right now, we've got Crooked Eye, Boldy James, Young Bleed, yeah, a few others, man. It's a pretty amazing project. Tone Chops, full length album, follow up to the Veteran EP, will also come out sometime in 2017. We don't have a date yet. And I also have my compilation album called I Missed My Bus that I've been kind of working on in the background, and I swear I'm going to finish that one of these days.
Thanks for being a part of the Cypher with us, and we look forward to seeing what you got coming out for us in the future.
My privilege, man. Thank you for the opportunity.